All right, people, what is going on? Good late, very late evening. I don't even know if this is evening anymore. It's more like just night. But the game just wrapped up to my right over here just a couple of seconds ago. And Washington does get off to the 1-0 start that they certainly needed. The 1-0 start that was assumed. And it certainly wasn't perfect. Let me mute this real quick. It wasn't perfect. I do have some concerns coming out of that one, but on a day like today, when you look at what some of these other teams got up to, you look at what happened to a team like Alabama, you do want to just be grateful for the win and move along. So 38-21, and honestly, they did leave some points on the board. They had that fumble right before halftime where the ball just bounces off Devin Williams because he's not ready for it. The center snaps it too early. That was at least going to be a field goal opportunity for us, and it probably created the touchdown that Colorado State got on their drive. So that's a 10-point swing minimum and possibly 14. So that made the game look a lot worse than it was. And just speaking about the offense here, because I want to take the offense in isolation right now. Awesome. Really awesome. Other than I'd say two bad sacks that Demon took in that first half on, I think both were on third down. That was an excellent all-around game by the offense. I thought that the running game looked pretty physically dominant out there. I thought that the way in which we ran our offense, I thought the passing concepts looked really good and promising. Demon looked really confident back there. I think he looks like he's going to be a collegiate stud, which I think we all kind of assumed coming off the bowl game last year, but seeing it in action in this first game, even against a weaker opponent, I understand that Colorado State's not some great team, but seeing it the way we saw it tonight makes me really confident that even if this may not be a great team, I don't think this Huskies team will be a great team. It will be a very fun team. Scrawny Johnnies, welcome to the channel. Thank you for the sub. So, really happy with that side of the ball. Coleman looked great. Denzel Boston, I know he got dinged up a little bit in that game. Hopefully that's not anything too serious, but he did look great when he was in there. Offensive line looked better than last year. I think that they've got something going here that should be at the very least highly entertaining. And over 500 yards of offense later, you got to say they did their week one job. Now, as far as the defense goes, again, it looks a lot worse than it was because of that fumble right before the end of the half that gave Colorado State a chance to get that touchdown, but the defense still had to give up the touchdown, and I didn't see a lot of improvement from last year. Honestly. Couldn't really stop the run early in the game. That early touchdown drive by Colorado State was pound, and we couldn't do anything to stop it. They just ran all over us. The touchdown run right before the half was embarrassing that you allow that to happen in that situation where they just kind of catch you sleeping, it feels like. No pressure on Fowler. There was very, very little pressure on Fowler the whole game. I think we had one sack where we managed to push him out of bounds. But I think our only true sack of the game was on that ridiculous fake field goal they tried, which shouldn't even really count. I think they were trying to give us a sack on that play. I don't know what the heck that was, but no pressure. And I counted at least 3 big coverage busts in that game. The first 2 we got burned on. The first one we gave up 3rd and 19 on a seam route. We gave up a touchdown on a similar looking play where nobody was within like 8 yards of the tight end. And then on the final defensive play of the game, you had another completely busted coverage where, again, nobody's within like 8 to 10 yards of the receiver, and the quarterback just misses him, and the receiver falls down. We get lucky, but I don't know what's going on there. But this is the first game of the year. You've had how many months to prepare for this one? you shouldn't be getting caught that off guard over and over and over again. And these other teams that we play going down the line here, these other teams that are coming up, we do that against them, they will make you pay. Colorado State couldn't really make us pay because they really didn't have much of an answer to stop our offense. But that concerns me a lot. It doesn't look like the defense got better. Even the run defense. That was the one part of this defense that I thought would improve this year. Not really. The nice thing I can say about this defense, I guess, is that we never gave up the deep ball. Fowler tried a few times. Fowler did try to make a big play. He threw some go routes. He threw some deep shots over the middle. He was trying all that kind of stuff, and he never hit. So that part of it was good. But the busted coverages, I can't really explain. Okay, so that's week 1. It's a decent win, not a great win, maybe not even a good win. It's a win that will get the job done for now. And I think we all understand that the team is going to come out and have to get some funky stuff out of their system in the first game of the year, because that's just how this works. That's why these bigger programs tend to schedule weaker teams in week 1. They know weird stuff is going to happen, and they want to give themselves a buffer to still win with the weird stuff. But I'm not so sure that this game instilled much confidence in me that the defense has improved from last year. And if that's the case, then this is a team that will be again fighting for a bowl game. This is a team that will be again probably falling short of any meaningful improvement. And that would be a shame, because I think this offense is going to be a lot of fun. All right, that's really all I can say about this one, guys. It was a fine enough game. The offense did what I thought they would do. The defense ended up not giving up that much. Like, we're talking about 21 points. I can live with that. But just the way they got there, where they can't generate any pressure on the opposing quarterback, and they've got the busted coverages, it feels like a recipe to get abused when you play the better teams. It feels like playing like that, Oregon is going to whip them. Like, Oregon is going to have their way with the Huskies on their offense if the defense plays like that. Okay, thanks for coming out. We had a good showing tonight on the stream. Pushed up over 80, 90 people, which is good for a Huskies game, especially a Huskies game like this. This was obviously not a big-time game. It was the first game of the year, but good showing. We had fun tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get this video up and get on out of here for the night, I think. Thanks for coming out. Bow down to Washington. We're 1-0. Got another relatively soft game next week, but before long, things are going to get serious. And I know the Cougars obviously didn't have a very good game this week. They barely eked it out, but they're probably going to be the first team that kind of tests us a little bit. And hopefully we can survive that test. But we got to get there first, of course. So let me know what you guys think down below. How'd you feel about this week 1 game? I think it was okay. I'm hoping that things get better as things go down. I'm hoping that this defense can find some kind of a pass rush. I don't know how we beat these better teams without one. And tonight, it was very, very little. Even when we blitzed, we didn't get home. All right. Everyone have a great rest of your night. Bow down to Washington. 1-0. Let's get it next week. And let's see how long we can run this out.